Well, there's too many people. It's actually kind of crowded up here. A lot more people than I thought. It's kind of late in the afternoon. But there's too many people on the other side, so I guess you're going to be stuck with this view for the video. And it's not going to be long. Sorry if the wind's kicking up too much. So I wanted to ask you, YouTube, what kind of people do you have in your life? And you don't need to answer it in comments or anything like that. It's just a question for you. And I want to share with you a little story that I heard once. The story goes that there was once two brothers, and you might have actually already heard this. It's probably come down a bunch of different ways. Alright, so these folks left on the other side. I can give you a better view here. And where was I? So there's this preacher, and he knows this family. And I believe this is, I'm facing northwest, by the way. I'm not 100% sure. And this guy right here is getting ready to go down. Anyways, back to the story. Preacher, he knows this family, and the family's got two sons. And this family is completely screwed up. The mom's addicted to drugs. She's dying of diseases. She sleeps around. She's a prostitute. And the dad is a raging alcoholic. He beats everybody in the family. He gambles. I mean, it's just the worst, most dysfunctional family in the world. And of course, you know, they take it out on the two sons. And the two sons are really close in age. They're only about a year apart. So the sons manage to get through it, and you know, they get to adulthood. And one of the sons winds up in prison, and the other son is pretty successful and has a family and owns his own house and all this kind of stuff. And one day the preacher decides to get in touch with the two sons and check in on them and see exactly what's going on, and he wants to find out why the one son wound up in jail and had such a horrible life, and the other son did better. So the preacher gets to the son in prison. He goes to visit him, and the son's behind the glass wall and picks up the phone, and the preacher says to him, he says, "Listen, son," he says, "I've known your whole life, and I've known your family. Why is it, how did you wind up getting in here? How did you wind up getting in here? He's addicted to drugs, you know, has all sorts of debts, going to be in jail forever." And the son looks at him through the glass, and he's all strung out, really thin. He's sick himself, and he gives him a dirty look. He gives the preacher a dirty look, and he says, "My mom was a prostitute. My mom was addicted to drugs. My dad was an alcoholic. He beat us." And he said, "What possible fair chance did I have to get anywhere in this life and have a regular life? Of course I'm here." And he spits on the glass and throws the phone down and storms off. Then the preacher goes and catches up with the other son and gets to his house, goes inside, sits down, has a little dinner with the family, and he says to this son, "Here you are, your own home, great family. Everything seems to be going good for you in your life. And how did you do it? Whereas your brother didn't." And he says, "Well, my mom was a prostitute. My mom was addicted to drugs. My dad was alcoholic, and he beat us, and it was the most dysfunctional family ever. And early on, I vowed that I would get out of that, break the cycle, and never experience that again, and never bring that to my own family." So there you go. That's the story. And I think that there's some real cosmic knowledge in that story, if you can decipher it for yourself. And that's basically it. So this is it. This is Cathedral Ledge, New Hampshire. This guy's really going over. Good for him, I guess. Actually, it looks like they're both going over. I never quite got rock climbing. It's really not too impressive if you can fly. That's all I'm saying. Oh, there he goes. I think he's looking for berries. I think there's some berries down there on a little ledge. Or maybe it's an eagle egg. It's one of those. Good luck, buddy. Come on, you. Come on, you can do it. Don't crap out on me now. We're almost there. Yeah, my poor Jeep really doesn't like hills.